Hello, this is my playtest for Utopia Earth of the Heroes. So let's start new game. Dream of the past. I guess it loads. Something. Maybe I should just. Was he always meant to betray us? Was I always meant to kill him? I dream of that violent sandstorm closing in, the sight and smell of rotten dead bodies. My mentor, my friend, the traitor coming for my life. As he approaches, I see my decision unfold, the price I paid to fulfill my promise. I try to do it differently. I try to reason with him, but to no effect. Everything continued to happen as I recalled it, just as the battle finishes. Sounds dramatic. Let's see. I wake up. That was just a nightmare, I guess. As the man woke up, he had ragged breath and, uh, and sweat drops going down his face. He looked at the trembling hands and turned around to see his wife resting beside him. He took a deep breath and put his hands on his face, wiping the sweat and tears he had. Uh, are you okay, darling? Can't sleep? Sorry, did I wake you? I was just dreaming. No, remembering about the day I became the emperor. So, I am the emperor, I guess. By now, it's been a long time since then. You did everything you could, what you had to do. With that decision, you saved everyone. You reached the dream you shared with your brother, the dream everyone shared. Don't let the torment you any longer, and let the past rest. I cannot forget it. I don't regret it. I never will. I know it was the right choice, but I mustn't forget. Sorry for waking you up. Let's go back to sleep. Chapter 1. Uh, Frederick Marcus. So I can just click and yeah. The winds of the kingdom welcomed travelers from far and wide, coming out from between the heights of the mountain and to bless the people with a breath of fresh air. The city stood in a smile of shining glory from the middle of the plains between the hills. So this is it. How to spell it actually? Osi? Os? O? I guess Os. The stepping young knight took careful steps forward his horse, riding down the steep road of cobblestone. Goats grazed about the pastures without a care in the world, so they would be taken back by their sharpness uh, by their shepherds who saw the foreigner. Frederick could only awkwardly smile and wave as the road past them. Those unaccustomed to this road were easy to spot because of how they walked the road. The gatekeepers could spot them from a mile away, and Frederick was no exception. One of them approached the knight as he would near the gate, holding his spear steady in hand. Halt there! What business do you have in our city? I'm Frederick Marcus, son of Walter Marcus, Lord Horace. I'm not called me from my father. to come to his manor, and I have come here in his stead. Here's the letter Lord Aneth sent. Please, look at its contents if you wish to verify. That's Lord Aneth's seal, no doubt about it. Wait here for a moment. Got it? After taking the letter from Frederick, the guard approached the iron gate and passed the letter through. It was received by a tall, bald man with dark skin and a large scar by the neck. The man opened the letter, read it briefly, and then went to look at Frederick's up and down. Is like the main guard, or the knight, or... Yeah, looks about right. Open the gates. As Frederick approached, the tall man issuing orders reached out his hand for the knight to shake. You sure are the spitting image of your father, boy. How is he doing? He's doing quite well, thank you. Good to hear. I'm Constantine Appius, the captain of the city guards. Let me escort you to Lord Aneth's manor. He has been waiting for your arrival. As soon as they entered the city, the iron gates closed. Constantine guided Frederick through a sizable clearance for the soldiers to train on until they reached a large wooden gate. This time, the guards immediately opened the gate, seeing the captain accompanies a foreigner. So, this is the city. Looks good. Once inside, they started walking through the city proper. The roads were built out of solid stone with channels of water flowing freely from side to side, while the houses were made from wood. Upon walking a few minutes, they reached a place where there were merchants surrounding the plaza in their wooden stalls, selling different meat, fruit, and beverages. I don't see many people buying. Like, the street is totally empty. Did the rush hour already pass? We have a small community. It doesn't get packed that often. That's surprising with the size of the city. I would have thought there would be a lot of citizens. There used to be, but times changed. Anyway, let's go to the right. From here we will go uphill to Lord Aneth's manor. As Constantine was about to finish his sentence, a soldier approached him, speaking to him by the ear so Frederick wouldn't hear. I guess something really, really bad happened. Forgive me, Frederick. It seems Lord Aneth called to attend an urgent matter. Mind waiting for a couple of minutes until he's ready? We can't wait for him. We can wait for him at his manor. Agree to wait, ask to explore the city in the meantime. So why not to explore the city? I see. Well, I'm honestly enjoying the view of the city. If we have time, mind if I explore the parts of the city I haven't seen? Well, I guess we have some time. I can take you to the farm. People might be a bit busy, so let's try to get in their way, not to get in their way too much. That's fine. I've seen my good share of farms back in the town, and I'm honestly more interested in Forge, given you have your own mine here. I bet there will be something to learn, even from just watching one of your mates work. You interested in in smithing your own weapons? That's rather unusual. Why is this unusual? I didn't really get it. It's normal, I guess. Well, you never know when a skill will be useful, that's all. Fine, we can go watch for a bit, but, is something the matter? We'll go through areas we've not taken much care of in the last few years. Nothing to worry about. Just bear in mind nobody really lives in the area. There are mainly mine work. There are mainly my workers who pass through on their way to and from work. So I guess those areas will be worse than we expect. Worse than the ones at the stage. I see, don't worry, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, but I don't want you to get the wrong impression here. I assure you, our citizens' houses are taken care of more delightfully than these ones. Yeah, those areas definitely are gonna be pretty bad, I guess. Yeah, it's strange. Constantine led the way towards the forge, and sure enough, on the way here, Frederick's some houses seemed to have been abandoned for years. Webs all over the roof, dust thick enough you could practically breathe it, and swollen wood from the houses. Frederick couldn't help but wonder what happened. Why would they leave all this space to waste? Houses vacant instead of housing happy families. Can't really blame you for being surprised. I did warn you to. Can I ask the reason? Well, I also want to know what's the reason. That's really suspicious. Like something is happening here. Well, conflict left more than just this scar behind. Constantine pointed towards the scar on his face with a serious, almost grim expression, but quickly put on a smile back. But those times are behind us now. The city has been flourishing this past few years. That's why Lord Anat requested for your father to come. It's time to look towards the future. Next time you're here, we hope to see a very different landscape. Anyways, let's not delay any longer. The forge is just around the corner. Must have been during the last war. I heard from father it was fierce, but I didn't expect for it to affect cities such as this. Frederick chose not to press the topic further, and silently followed Constantine towards the forge. Much as Frederick expected, the smith was quite talented, despite him working mostly alone, with only one assistant still learning the ropes. The old man was incredibly fast on his feet, and his work looked flawless. So he's a real master. Like, there's no wonder. Just as good as I expected. It's great to see a master working hard at their job. Yeah. Old man Jude has been going at the fire as far back as my memory goes. Well, are you buying something, Constantine boy? Not today, Gramps. Maybe another time. Shh. And leave. The boy gets easily distracted. He's messed up the work since he arrived. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for showing us your work, sir. Thank me next time when you come to buy. I can tell you now, you won't find better equipment than the one I make here. I'll be sure to keep it in mind. Good day now. Well then, ready to go to the mirror? As you can see, the old man here likes his privacy. Plus, Lord Annet should be about ready to receive you. Sure thing, I'm eager to meet him. So I expected something special would happen here, but maybe that was just like we've met this Smith for the first time and that was just the introduction. Okay, let's continue. After the short visit to the Smith, Frederick and Constantine went back to the main road, and following the path they eventually reached the stairs that went up to the manor. I guess this should be the manor, I think. They continued up the stairs until they were just a few more steps away from reaching the entrance of the manor, but before taking those steps, they stopped momentarily as they saw a beautiful garden to the side and a woman tending to it. They stopped to look just for a moment. What's the hold up? Let's keep going. Sorry. Entering the manor, Frederick felt inspired by its beauty. Such careful craftsmanship went to the masonry, the windows, the red carpet on where they walked on. This was nothing like his hometown. Here we are. Are you ready? Yes. The guards opened the door for the throne room, where Lord Horace Anat awaited. Horace Anat. The Lord sat on his throne, wearing something of regal, if comfortable garb, but the complexion was what just happened to him in these last few years. Lord Horace had grown larger, taller, and his once radiant, flowing hair was now almost completely white, with just some vestiges of the vibrant black hair still remaining in sparse strands. His beard, on the other hand, looked well taken care of, at least at nearly trimmed sides. But just like his hair, it was almost completely white. Constantine approached closer to Lord Anat and kneeled before speaking to him. Frederick followed him. This is Frederick Marcus, my lord. He came today to meet you, in his father's stead. Thank you for receiving me in your manner, Lord Anat. My father couldn't join us today, but he sent his kind regards and best wishes to you. It seems you've grown quite a bit since the last time we saw each other in man. You really have taken after your father. Tall lads, both of you. You have the same blue eyes and face. I guess you're only missing his big mustache. Say, shouldn't you be at least growing some beard of your own already? How old are you? 21, my lord. Just a year older than my daughter, eh? The lord broke a cold sweat. Well, never mind that. How are your father and mother doing? They're doing great, thank you. My father has been training and taking my little brother Ulrich to hunt these days. Through with so much going on, he has been relying on me to help with negotiations with other cities and settlements, among other things. Sir Frederick's father seemed rather nervous about oaths for some reason. I see he's educating his children properly. I am glad to have you here, Frederick. Thank you, my lord. Now, let's get right to the point of this meeting. I imagine you've heard the words regarding the Empire of Korda. It seems Emperor Jason Morgan died around 5 months back, and his son, Diom- Diomedes, Diomedes, Diom, how to spell this name? Diomedes took power by succession. This has caused a lot of turmoil, with Diomedes being quite young still. I imagine he's desperate to earn the respect and loyalty of the people. Yes, we are aware. Our town has never had any kind of relation to Kalda, so nothing has changed much for us, but I've heard from other places that their relationships are no longer what they used to be. That's exactly the problem. It seems to be quite hot-headed, that one. I've heard he annihilated an entire city because its lord wouldn't pledge loyalty to him. Wow, that's terrible. The rumors reading regarding the incident, well, they're quite disturbing. Lord Horace Annet wore a heavy expression, as if in a mix of dread and confusion, or just plain disbelief. Frederick uh, gulped, unsure what would have come to make a lord behave this way. No one knows exactly what happened, but the city vanished. Vanished? Have you heard of this? Have heard of this, but is that not an exaggeration? Even if Diomedes decided to attack, just making an entire city cease to exist? The possibility of that happening would be next to none. Even if one gathered the entire country to pick away at the stones, it would not be an effort gone unnoticed or be left to rumor and conjecture. You're too young to know, but this is not the first time these kinds of rumors have surrounded the Morgan family. They are hard to believe, indeed, but there can be truth behind it. My father said something similar. Is there any truth to it all? There very well could be. Not only that, but the relations between the Empire of Kodak and Empire of Agar seem to have gotten worse since the succession of the Emperor. There's even talk of war between the two. That is one of the reasons my father couldn't make it today. He was to meet with other nobles to form an alliance, as we are all worried about this possibility. As we should. If a war breaks out, my city and the rest, including your own town, would be right in the middle of it. I'll go directly to the point. We need men to defend the city, in case the war does happen. We have soldiers, of course, but they are hardly good enough. My people are starting to get restless, so I want to join forces with another settlement, namely yours. Only ours? What about the rest of the settlements? Of course, I could ask any other nearby town for their warriors, but I've known your father for a long time now. He's the best fighter I've seen from the past wars, and I'm aware that he trains his people well. Most importantly, I can trust them. I cannot think of a better soldiers to protect my city with. If you are all looking to ally yourselves with the rest of them, that is fine with me. So, so long as your father commands the army. As I'm sure you are aware, oh, as I'm sure you are aware, my lord, my father is trusted and respected by the other settlements. Oh, as I'm sure you are aware, my lord, my father is trusted and respected by the other settlements. It is his intention to ally himself with them, and I'm confident they would permit him to command the forces. That is good to hear. Well then, that only leaves our alliance with you left, so please deliver my intentions to him. I would like an answer soon. You will not have to wait, my lord. I came here today to representing my town's interests, so any decisions I make here can be considered those of my people. I don't need my father's approval. Alright then, so I shall now ask you formally, what do you think of forming an alliance? We are looking to make one too. We want iron from your mine to have full equipment for our warriors. In return, we can send our finest veterans to train your men, as well as to aid you in battle should the situation require. I see. Sadly, I can only accommodate for a few sets of equipment right now. As I've already told you, we don't have enough men right now, and that applies to the mine workers too. So, I guess we're not getting what we expected to get. Don't be troubled. Don't be troubled by that, my lord. My father and I were already prepared to help you with my workers too. We can send our own workers in addition to the trainers, but we ask for complete sets of equipment to all fighters in exchange. The equipment was a delicate matter. Even if Liberties was well versed in the ways of war because of its history, resources at present uh, handicapped their battle capability. There was still just some town with no mine and with little access to materials to craft and maintain war-worthy equipment. So, uh, we definitely need some armor. All your soldiers, you say? That's too much. Way too much. Your town alone is one of 1,500 people. I'll take the workers and trainers, but we'll only able to give you 100 sets of equipment for your dedicated soldiers. I trust there's no objection to this. I'm afraid that won't be enough, my lord. We need around 350 sets of equipment for all our combatants, including conscripts, not just our dedicated warriors. After all, if your city is attacked, we would be in the front line protecting it. It is also in your best interest that we are well prepared for an all-out battle. Horace was slowly stretching his chin while listening to Frederick. After thinking for a moment, he smiled and gave his answer. Very well, let's go with that, but be sure to send your best warriors to train my men. And how many days can I expect them to arrive along with the workers? I'll leave tomorrow with the first light. You can expect my man in around 5 days, my lord. Sounds good. I'll put the men to work on the equipment as soon as they arrive, and send it to your village as it comes out. Looking forward to working with you and your father, Friedrich. Thank you, Lord Anat. We will not let you down. I sure hope so. We need to both do our best. But enough with this negotiation. What say we have dinner? I'd like to have you meet my daughter, Emilia. It'll be my pleasure. They left the main hall, and Constantine Appius guided them to the dining table, where there was a young woman sitting. She brushed her hair behind her ear and smiled at them as they entered the room. Frederick Marcus. Um, not sure how to read it. Frederick was at a loss for words. She was stunningly beautiful to his eyes. Emilia stood up, a bit confused by Frederick's reaction, but still approached him in a dignified, confident manner, while meeting his eyes directly. As she arrived towards her side, she bowed her head to greet Frederick. It is a pleasure to meet you, kind knight. This is my daughter, Emilia. Oh, forgive me, milady. The pleasure is mine. I am Frederick Marcus, at your service. Frederick kneeled down to reach Emilia's hand, and lifted it to kiss it. Emilia gave what felt like a very genuine smile at the gesture and gave a second bow uh, with her head. After introductions were done, they all sat at the dining table, and Lord Annet's cook soon brought them their meal. They served uh, shepherd's pepperot. The steamy bowl was filled with tender meat, lamb, potatoes, and a boiled egg, all within a deep red and thick broth. So, I'm not sure what is this exactly, but for me it looks a bit strange. The aroma was extraordinary, so Frederick couldn't help but dig right in, and I guess that was supposed to be. Frederick went red. Drops began to sweat from his forehead, and he could swear there was a fire brewing in his mouth. What do you think of the meal? Delicious, isn't it? Frederick gulped. Yes, it is a unique flavor, yes. A healer! Somebody get me a healer! Why are you laughing? Something really bad happened. You're not used to spicy food, are you? Oh, that was just. It was just spicy. For some reason, I thought it was poisoned. So, it's not as bad as I thought. You're not used to spicy food, are you, boy? We're loud around here. Oh no, this much spice is no trouble. I could handle it any day of the week. I could handle it if only someone had given me a warning. This stuff burns. No, fuckers. Fuckers, Frederick. You can't make a bad impression of an Amelia and Lord. So, this line is in his head, like he's thinking. I think it would be great um, to tell, somehow that, like, I can't immediately tell the difference between the actual line he's saying and the line he's thinking. I think it would be great to add a little remark that, like, he's thinking or something, or maybe change the font here. It would be great so I can visually understand, like, just in a second, that he's thinking, not saying this out loud. Frederick stabbed himself mind struggle, trying his best attempt to make his mind a fortress, and his expression a sullen one. Your credibility crumbles with all its sweat in your forehead, Marcus. Haha, sorry about that, my boy. Haha, sorry about that, my bad. Your father had a hard time eating our food too. Well, I have been hot. I admit it's quite hot, and I like it. I'll just have to get used to it. He hoped. Oh, alright. Then next time I won't ask my cook to hold back on the spice. Frederick visibly swallowed out of nervousness and took a drink of wine to down his tongue from the heat. I'm done. Oh, the font is quite different. Like maybe it was, maybe I just didn't notice. he somehow managed to finish his food by taking small bites, followed by a drink of wine, as they all kept talking about different topics during the dinner. I, wa- I was meaning to ask, what do you think of the city, Frederick? Um, Frederick took another sip of the wine to clear his throat and quench the remaining hicks. Well, when I first arrived, I was quite impressed, to be honest. It's an incredibly large city with great walls to protect it, but as I walked its streets, I couldn't help but notice how few people there are for its size. I believe that to exploit the city to its full potential, it should be taken people from outside to work for the city. Maybe you should consider taking in people from the other villages. Your father has told me the same before. And, and so do I. We should accept people from the outside. We can't have our doors closed to everyone forever. There's lots of people that would benefit our city, just by living in it. Yes, but we can't take just anyone. There are dangerous people outside the city, people that would betray us once they're inside our walls. It's interesting because I think it will really matter in the future, like when the story goes forward. Well, I can't deny what you're saying, my lord, but with proper security, there would be no danger of just taking in a few people into the city. With stocks of war, everyone wants a place to shelter themselves in. If you offer them that, I'm sure a great deal of people would offer their hard work for that protection. Yeah, I think he's quite right here. Well, I guess I can keep it in mind, but I think it's getting rather late. Let's call it a day for now. I need to get some rest. Captain Appius will lead you to our guest room, where you can rest for your trip tomorrow. I thank you for the dinner. I thank you for the dinner, my lord. Have a good night. Same to you. Uh, make yourself comfortable. I should. I shall take my leave too. A pleasure meeting you, Frederick Marcus. The pleasure is all mine, milady. I hope to see you again. So it's like the next morning. The night passed, and the next day Frederick left the city to return to his hometown of Libertis. It was not that far from the city, just a few hours of for a one-way trip. Soon enough he returned before noon, and saw his father and brother, along with more townsfolk arriving at the same time to the gates, all carrying dead animals. So I think I should stop here for now. I should save and oh, empty slot. So that was an interesting introduction. I cannot say anything about the story yet, but I really liked the art, and I would like to continue reading it. I really love visual novels, and uh, the atmosphere I've seen so far overall is interesting, so I am probably going to continue reading it. But cannot say too much about the story because, like, that was just an introduction. But that was interesting.